Hey y'all, welcome to Horrible Gaming. My name is Nora, and on today's video we're going to be doing a Sims styled modern building. So I actually had a build around this at one point, but I never actually got to do a DA on it. It was before I modded and I just lost the island, gave up, etc. Long story short. So I decided to recreate this build today, which was my old entry, in case somebody wants to take inspo from it, or is just curious on how I did build that entry when I did have the island. If you want me to make an actual island around this again, let me know in the description below. Also, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Thank y'all so much for helping me reach 3K followers. That is amazing. I started this YouTube channel about a month and a half ago, and I normally streamed on Facebook. I used to be a streamer, so many of my followers were telling me to move over to YouTube because they didn't want to dox themselves. They just didn't have Facebook, the list goes on. Didn't want to do it right away because I had worked super hard on my live stream platform. I was, getting sponsors, all that stuff, and so basically now I'm starting over. So it's super overwhelming and scary, but at the same time I'm really thankful about it because I've had so much encouragement from y'all and all my new followers from my Instagram. So thank y'all so much for making this transition new and awesome for me. But also, I'm just gonna do a little disclaimer. I will not be editing this footage that much since we're doing a stream style. So if you hear me ramble on or say the word so or a bajillion times, it's because I won't be retaking the footage like I usually do on my YouTube videos. So I usually redo my videos a bajillion times, the audio part of them, until I'm happy. So I won't be able to do that on this one. But I thought doing a stream style would help y'all get to know me more as a creator. But also I thought since we hit 3K followers, a face video would be good, even though you already probably follow my Instagram, and if you don't, I have selfies of myself on there, so y'all probably already know what I look like if you follow my Instagram. But I thought doing it for the people who don't have Instagram would be, nice, I guess. I'm really nervous because I haven't done a stream style in forever. So anyways, you're gonna see my person spazzing out like crazy, and that is because I have a modded console. As I've mentioned in all of my videos, I'm a modder. So if you're a newbie or, a new follower just coming by, or I don't know, just a random person who clicked on my video, I mod Animal Crossing only. Just because there's a huge risk with modding and I don't want to risk getting banned. If you want to learn more about modding though, click on my Instagram link below in the description. And I have a Q&A highlight on my Instagram, and it has all the information you'll need to know about modding. But also I'm going to link one of my favorite creators in the description as well, named Clutch Gaming, who literally does tutorials on modding. So if you want to learn about it, I recommend going there because I'm still learning about it, and I can't tell you how many times I've thought I have broke my console. Modding is not like The Sims, even though we're doing a Sim style today. The irony, that's kind of funny. No, it's not like The Sims where you just put in a mod and you're like, oh, there's my item. Nothing like that at all. Modding for Animal Crossing requires a lot of updating, lots of commitment, knowledge in custom firmware, how to import data onto your console. It is just completely different from what we know as modding if we were playing The Sims or Skyrim or something, or using Nexus mods. Nothing like that at all. So I definitely encourage going to those channels in that Q&A highlight if you want to learn more about it. I will not teach y'all how to mod because I'm still learning. I'm not perfect at it. I don't do anything crazy. I've seen people change models in the game. I don't do that. I don't know how to do that. That's on a whole new level that I will never know. All I do is increase my speeds and animation so I move faster and terraform faster and inject items. That's it. I don't do nothing crazy. As mentioned earlier, I'm just boring, I guess, with the modding. I have a custom firmware console and I don't do anything interesting with it. Mostly because I'm afraid to. But yeah, I keep it pretty legal, I guess, modding term-wise. I mean, I don't know how else to explain it. So anyways, all the codes, like I said, earlier are like really easy to find. Most of them I found in actually criteria search, but I'll still list down like where each code came from so y'all can recreate. Oh, my screen's going dark. Don't want that. So if you see like also fuzziness around my seat, it's my green screen. Still trying to figure out how to do it. Usually my partner sets all this up for me, like the green screen stuff, and I tried. So this is my first time actually doing like a green screen by myself. I'm kind of proud. It's not perfect, but I'm proud. So let's go ahead and get this started. I'm going to go ahead and be placing my path down, and then I'm going to frame the centerpiece with some shrubs. This is going to be a really easy build, so if you're somebody new to citycore, you won't feel overwhelmed by making this. It is one of my most basic entries I've ever done. It's super simple. The creators codes are really easy to use as well, so if you're new to citycore, do not just jump over to the crazy codes that I use all the time. That's going to overwhelm you. So I would recommend using Chin Retro's code first. The very basic road code, no crazy angles, very easy to use once you get the idea of citycore. I also want to point out I usually do speed builds, and I'm going to do a slower styled build today. So I obviously can't speed up my video footage because we're doing a stream style, but I'm going to leave like my mods on so I move faster. This video may be a little longer because of that, but I do want to disclaim to the people who have been asking me to do slower videos, like for example this, a lot of my builds take almost 5 hours to make. For example, like that 80s hotel took me about 5 hours to make with the editing that I had to do for it, because sometimes I'll pause throughout like a video looking for a code or thinking about placement, and I have to like edit that footage out of it. So the build itself takes a long time. So I obviously don't want to like release videos that are 2 hours long because nobody really wants to sit through that. But this build won't take too long, I don't think. So we will be able to move a little bit faster. So I just want to throw that disclaimer out. That's why I usually don't do those kind of videos. But since we're doing a citycore series, I thought a slower video like this would be nice, just because for all of our new people to citycore, they probably need a slower version of how to place basic roads like this. So I should have probably done this video for the first video of this series, but better late than never. So anyways, let's go ahead and place the road design. Again, if I ramble on or, just talk about random stuff, this video footage is not going to be edited, besides transitions where we need them, and that's it. So anyways, I go back and forth on my builds a lot, but I like to start with my roads with the side pieces. So that's why I recommend Chin Retro's roads, because you can see clearly what pieces are what. It's less overwhelming. It's a good basic road design. So I actually found these addition pieces under criteria search road. So these are add-ons that people added to her design. So I downloaded those so we would have more angles, but ignore all these codes. I forgot to delete them. So as mentioned, I like placing my side pieces down, but since this is a code that requires a little bit of a wider entry, I'm going to plant my shrubs first. So I'm going to plant my shrubs about in this location, and this wouldn't have to be just limited to a modern style, build like we're doing today. You can do this similar layout for pretty much any citycore. It's very generic and easy. So we're gonna just frame out where we want our shrubs, and that's what I'm doing right now. I'm in azalea season, so I did like a mixture between two shrubs, so when they bloom, it looks really pretty. I'm also gonna break this rock real fast to get it out of our way, and it looks like I will need to expand the side pieces a little bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the plain piece of the road and start placing that down first, just to fill in between the center. So yeah, this road design is a lot easier and more simple compared to the road designs that we've been seeing nowadays and to the ones that I usually use. But this was my very first road design that I ever used, and it was really easy to learn citycore basics with. So that is why we're gonna use this today. Just because if you are new to citycore, this will be a code that's not super overwhelming. Now, if you want to do crazy angles, but you love the textures and the gray tone of this, I literally combined two creator codes the other day on, I think it was the 80s motel video. And I made like the ultimate gray road that matches with Chin Retro's design. So go add those pieces to this and you have a really nice staple gray road. So we're gonna fill this all in. Nothing fancy or crazy yet. And right here on that build that I did a long time ago, I made this build like last year. I used this little middle piece to kind of like frame, well, don't put it there, but I put it like right here in front of the bushes to kind of like frame them off. Next, what I like to do is start now on the side pieces if I'm using this particular row design. So I'll take my side pieces and I'll start framing the side with it. Again, this is such an easy entry build, especially if you are new to citycore. I definitely recommend doing something like this. You can obviously put your own twist to it, but this was my go-to. It was really easy and not overwhelming. So now I'm gonna do the other side. Then we're gonna go in with road details. So again, if I, just like now, stutter on my words, this will not be edited out. Bear with me. All right, so now we're gonna take our yellow part of the line. And I like to start it about in this location right here. And I'm gonna just expand it. I think on my old design, I did kind of like USA styled roads where we had the plain piece right here and we place it in between. I'm pretty sure that's how I did it. So we might do that, I don't know, we'll see. So I think once we get to the actual building part of this video, I'll probably do a speed build style there just because this build probably will take me maybe 40 minutes max. So I don't want it to be a really long video, but I'm gonna do my best to kind of like keep the stream style a little bit because I thought it'd be really cool to just do like a stream style, even if it's only for like the beginning part of this, so y'all could get to know me better. So anyways, if you hear any weird noises in the background, that is my cat going crazy. So if you hear thumps, that is what's going on. I've been yelling at her almost all night. She's just been really annoying. Do y'all have any pets? Because if you have a cat, you totally feel my pain right now. And if you hear her meowing in the background, that's also what's going on. So there's that. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and now just, place some cracks around, and then I think I'm gonna go ahead and start placing the sidewalk or the crosswalk. So I'm gonna do this near the entry, and that's what I did on my old build, and I just filled in the whole location. So that is what we're gonna be doing. I also hate when my villagers start walking in front of me right when I'm starting to place designs. I swear they do that to me on every video. So I actually forgot to do this disclaimer in the beginning of the video. So you see how my camera has like the void all around the corners? That is due to being a modder and running a wide camera mod, which captures more of the screen than usual. Even on a flat island, like I explained this on my last video, how like you'll notice a lot of item loading as like a build progresses. And that's because the game has a hard time catching up with the wide camera mod. But even on a flat save, it like struggles loading the flat grass. So that is completely normal with this mod. On like normal citycore islands that I've been doing lately, there's hardly any lag to them. So if you want to go check out those recent citycore builds that I've done, go check out my Instagram, which is linked below. And I have all the codes also that I used for those in my highlights. So if you don't have an Instagram, I definitely recommend making one, because when I am not making a YouTube video or like, showing every island that I'm working on, you'll see all the things I'm doing off of camera on my Instagram. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and start adding some details. So now that I have my crosswalk done, I'm gonna take the manhole cover and I like to place it about in this location. So I'm gonna try my best to get my character to do what I wanted to do. Okay, there we go. So I'm gonna place one right here and then one on the other side. So once we get both of those placed, we can continue working on the roads. At least, like, if we have to do a speed build style video today, I'm trying to find the other one, we will have a good tutorial that's slower about roads. So looks like, okay, there it is. I was gonna say I might have to inject the other one. So anyways, there's that one. And then I like to also use leaf piles on citycore. It just adds extra greenery, and they are like my go-to on citycores. I like spam them everywhere. So if you go and visit my citycore islands, you're gonna see green leaf piles or other color ones depending on the season that we're doing, pretty much everywhere. So I'm gonna take the sidewalk, and there unfortunately is no angle pieces to that, but I'll show y'all how I transition that once we progress this. So I'm gonna go frame each side with this. And usually what I do on the sides on a build like this is place trees, little sitting spots, trash cans, trash everywhere. I just love using trash items. I wish like citycore themes and trashcore themes had more love. Every time I post them on my Instagram, like nobody really cares about them, but I'm like, please love the trashcore islands because I love them. They're just super fun and creative. All right, so then I'm gonna put the other white one right there. And that is basically the entry so far. And now we're just gonna take the tile to remind ourselves that this is where our little sitting spots are gonna go. And I'll usually like clear spots for trees as needed. Whoops, we'll come back to that in a second. So I just fill this in as a reminder. Now, what you can do on the sides of this, like if you were just gonna recreate this road pattern for any general city core, you can place like a little building right here, villager houses, etc. So like there's a lot of opportunities and ideas you can do with just this entry layout. Again, this is a very simple and easy layout. It was one of my very first styles that I did, and I wanted to recreate it for anyone who is new to citycore and doesn't want to get super overwhelmed with it. Alright, so we're just going to fill this in a little bit more. And there we go. So now we got pretty much our basic template ready. So I'm gonna go ahead and probably turn off my webcam because we're gonna be adding some more details and that takes a little bit longer, but I'll pop in after the speed build. So thank you so much for watching, and again, I hope that this video helps you and you enjoyed this speed build. So let's go ahead and get the speed part of this going. So I'm now just gonna go ahead and finish placing the road path and then also frame out with some terraform where I'm thinking that the main building will be. So you'll see me change this actually later on because I had to move it back 1 square. So I'm just trying to align it with the road as best as I can. And then again, we're gonna be expanding out that sidewalk. So the base terraform to this build, I'm framing out a little tunnel area sort of in a way where the entry is, and that's going to have 2 bookshelves to kind of frame that front and 2 simple panels. I'm going to be using also base gain simple panel on this as well, meaning that when you customize it, it is the, I believe the second option of customization. It is a lined panel. It looks very modern and super fresh. So that is a similar thing that I did on the original build of this on my Instagram. Next, to make this feel super modern, I'm using the climbing walls backwards. I did this all the time on my old build. It is my go-to if I want to make something feel very fresh and clean. So I'm placing 2 of those, and then I'll decorate eventually with some cypress trees in front of it. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and prep the next part of this build. I was gonna do some bookcases there, but then I went off of the image that I did a long time ago and I noticed that there was actually no bookcases there. But if you like the bookcases, you can definitely keep them that way. But I wanted the box sofa that I use on the 2nd level to show more with the simple panels. As mentioned earlier, all of the windows can be found under keyword glass in Able's store under criteria search or by using the mobile app on your phone on the game. So I searched in that, and that's where I got all these panels. I couldn't find the exact designs that I used in the original build. I think the original creator may have deleted it, so I ended up having to sub in some different designs. But honestly, any glass window that feels super fresh and modern will work on this build. Once I finish with the first layer, I'm going to go ahead and start filling in more of the 2nd level. As you can see, we use a lot of bookcases on most of my citycore builds that I do, and if you have trouble getting these items, I recommend joining my Discord linked below. And we try to host treasure islands every single week that have all these items and DIYs on them. Keep in mind that we do this as time allows. Me and my mod team, we try to host at least 2 times a week, and it's at random times, so make sure you have your notifications on. The reason being is I'm a mom in real life, and my mod team also has jobs and lots of stuff going on, so that's why we encourage you to always have your notifies on. So make sure you join that Discord if you want to get some free items and save yourself some time on crafting. Alright, so that was today's speed build and stream styled video. Let me know what you thought about it in the comments section below. I'll try to pop in here and there like this on videos as time allows. I'm not even gonna lie, I literally look like Post Malone on all of my videos behind scenes. Like I'm wearing my PJs right now, but usually I don't even do my makeup when I'm editing. I just look like a hobo. So anyways, I did my makeup today for you. But anyways, that is how our build looks. Definitely has that chic modern style to it. Reminds me a lot of like the Sims 3 style when I used to play that game. And I just thought recreating the build would be nice in case anybody, you know, wants to recreate it for their island or just wants to go for a full-on modern theme like this. So anyways, if you are new to my channel, thank you so much for stopping by and watching this video. I hope you hit that like and subscribe button. I usually post 2 times a week, but if time allows, like for this week, I've been sick as a dog. So I've been able to work on stuff, you know, more than usual. So usually I post 2 times a week for my speed build. So I guess that's it. I guess that's a wrap. I'll see y'all next video. Have a great day or night.